Hello, came on here to share an update that I am now taking antidepressants. I have been prescribed the SSRI sertraline, which is the equivalent of Zoloft. And I've been in a slump for a while. I finally reached out for help because it was really a problem. And so I reached out to my doctor, and basically it came down to the only way I'd get my leave approved from work is if I went on medication. So then I figured, you know what? I'll only know if I'll try it. And then at least I could say I tried it, right? And I do have a couple of friends, actually several friends now that I've reached out to. It turns out they're on medications. One of them's on the same one, and they've all said that it really helps them immensely. I've been also reading things on Reddit and watching YouTube videos of other people who have really similar symptoms prior to going on the medication, which is really encouraging. And like, I never even realized that there would be a fix for little things that bother me. So who knows? Maybe this could really help me. I'm gonna give it a fair try. I am sad because I will not be able to drink ayahuasca on it, and apparently it makes other psychedelics less effective, which is a bummer. And got to be careful with certain mixtures and stuff. But basically, it came down to right now I'm really in a rut, and I've just been everything just kept snowballing and snowballing, and I've been so stressed and anxious and worried, and that caused me to be depressed as well. And there's so many things I'd like to get done in my home, but I've been so overwhelmed. And I think what really triggered it was I had renovations going on in my home, and I had no idea that it would be so stressful for me. But it disrupted my sacred altar space in my basement, and so that's been taken away from me for the last couple of months. And because everything's out of place right now, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't even feel like going down there to like fix it and make it better, but I need my altar space back. So like that's something I need to work on. But the point is I was waking up every day and already feeling like very anxious, even though I really didn't have anything to be anxious about. It was terrible. My heart's racing and stressed. I was having panic attacks. I never had those before. And it was really a problem, just so triggered, breaking down to tears uncontrollably at my desk, or if somebody said something mildly triggering for me, I just break to tears and crying every day. And some days it got really bad to the point that I didn't feel like eating, I didn't feel like taking a shower, and I had a dull headache from not eating and also from crying so much. So that's when I knew it was getting really bad, and I decided to reach out for help, which is a good thing I did. I needed help. My coping mechanisms weren't working anymore. Yoga, meditation, yes, love it. I still do it, and it helps me immensely, but it's getting harder and harder to get started, and I'm getting distracted by the easy, simple pleasures. I'm addicted to my phone again. I hate being addicted to my phone again, but really I crave connection. I'm really starting to feel very isolated. It's really starting to get to me living in this isolated place. I love being isolated in a way because I love being close to nature and the peace and quiet, but it's become too many responsibilities for me on my own, to have this house, to work full time, to take care of my cat, take care of my plants, have a garden, do renovations, do all the things, and have a long distance relationship, and trying to work on myself and make progress on my goals on my free time. Who has free time anymore? And by the way, what about cooking meals? Barely make time for that either. So it's just been a real struggle for me, and I felt like a deflated balloon. In fact, for my birthday this year was not that fun for me because I was just so stressed and anxious. And I had a happy birthday balloon that was deflated, and I was like, I told my friends, this is pretty much what I feel like right now. A couple weekends ago, however, I did force myself to get out and go to an event, which was really fun and therapeutic for me, and I knew it would be good for me because my heart said yes. I wanted to bail, and I wasn't sure if I would actually go, but I asked the simple question, which I encourage you all to do, myself included, more often, which is, what does my heart say? And oftentimes we get a response very quickly when we ask our hearts what our hearts want. And my heart said go. So I'm trying to follow my heart more, because always good things happen when I follow my heart. It was so good for me to connect with other people. And my mental health was in a really good place during that time. And it's too bad because I don't feel like I can fully express myself on the internet right now because of my current situation. I hate feeling this way, which is also why I've stopped posting stuff and taking a break. But I also had a lot going on and struggling with my mental health, and yeah. And it's relatively low risk, but I just feel like I gotta be careful now. It's just, I'm a prisoner of the corporate world still, sadly, but I appreciate the material benefits and the health benefits. Anyway, on these medications, I'm feeling a little bit loopy. I had some side effects so far, which are unpleasant. I woke up in the middle of the night. Well, very early this morning. I couldn't go back to bed, and I just felt like drugged and like I had bad drugs or something. It was really weird. I felt kind of like twitched out, and pressure on my head. I put a crystal on my head to try and let that go away, and feeling shaky and nauseous. Terrible, but these are common side effects that people go through, and we'll come out on the other side and see what it's like. And yeah, I'm understanding more and more there's a time and a place for everything, and I've been anti-medication for a while. I don't plan to be on these for an extended period of time, but right now I've been in such a slump that maybe medications will help me, and I'll only know if I try it, right? And I've tried questionable substances. I like experimenting with different substances out there, so why not experiment with the one that my doctor recommended me, right? Plus, I don't let myself become dependent on anything, even caffeine, although sugar is the one thing that I have a hard time giving up, but because I was worried about becoming dependent on them. Well, I managed to quit drinking coffee, and that was brutal, and I'm resilient, I'm strong, I'll be able to get through anything, and knowing that it's just taking care of my health. But ultimately, what I really need is to be with my partner in Brazil and have his love and support, because I've just been so tired of making all these huge decisions on my own. And with house stuff, everything is such a huge learning curve, and I don't even know half the stuff that I bought at the hardware store or had to buy, and if I'm getting the right price, and if people are taking advantage of me or not, because I'm a single female homeowner. And then I had an ant infestation, and then I complained about the lawn that was mowed really crappy, and then that lady was pissed off, so she said they're not going to mow my lawn anymore, and now I have to find a new lawn person, and it's just like one thing after another. And I came back from Brazil, my pipes were frozen and busted, and then my hot water tank was broken, I had to fix that, and then I got new heat pumps, new installation, because the heat pumps were broken, and they have rebates from the government. I haven't gotten them yet, but that's for the upgrades to the home, and I know there's some other things that I'm missing. Oh yeah, renovations, we put a bathroom in, and never again do I want to go through this experience. It was traumatizing. It was traumatizing for me. And when they had to do the installation in my home, I had to leave my house with my cat for a night, which seems simple, but that's really traumatic for me to have to, like, where am I gonna go, right? Luckily I have a friend here who's to let me go over there, but like in the cold, I have to bring my cat and all his stuff, and then my stuff for the night, and I was also supposed to be working from home, and it was just really stressful for me. So all of these little things started building up, building up, building up. And I took a break from ayahuasca because the last time I had it, I was just so worried. I was literally at one point in fetal position on this couch, worrying so much about nothing, and I had nothing to worry about, and I was trying to figure out why the heck I was so worried. So then I thought, I want to take a break, I gotta do other things. So I've taken a break, and I do want to focus on other things, and I'm having a hard time focusing because I'm just so overwhelmed. So maybe these medications will help me. Let's see. There were some moments. I feel like 24 hours after after I take my dose of the medication so far, I start to feel elevated mood. I even feel like smiling, like laughing, kind of giddy, which is really nice. I hadn't felt that in a while, and I hadn't experienced joy in a while until I went out for this event that was a couple weekends ago, which was really, really fun. I realized, yeah, I needed to have fun in my life. All I've been doing is staying at home trying to get stuff done, and there's only so much I can do on my own, and there's only so much like it's hard being your own cheerleader all the time. And I feel like a lot of my friends are busy. Everyone has their partner and their boyfriends, and everybody has somebody, and I have my somebody too, and I'm really grateful for that, but I've just started to feel super isolated. But this is happening for me to experience the good times even more. And also, I needed to experience this to really know how much it is important to be around people and socialize and need connection and stuff, because I've been a loner for a long time now. I've been living on my own since 2016, and then I moved here to the island in the last 3 years, and now that I have an amazing partner in my life, very blessed to have met him. Now that I have him, it's just not the same on my own anymore, and yeah, I'm ready to do things differently. I'm tired of doing it all on my own. I can't. It's just too much for me. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Happy to share with you all. I love to be an open book, loud and proud. If I'm going on medications, I'll tell everybody about it, because there's a lot of stigma about it. And I mean, it was a big leap for me to go on them too, because I was anti-medication. But the thing is, you never know unless you try. So yeah, and if they help me, I'll definitely talk about it. I don't plan on being on them forever, just to get me through this rough time. And if it's helpful now, maybe then I'll consider it if I go on in a rough spot in the future. But really just something to get me through this challenging time. So thanks for tuning into my channel. Thank you for connecting with me if we met in real life, if we met at a music festival or just around. Always appreciate to connect with people. Thank you for seeing my light. I hope you're feeling well. I hope you are taking good care of yourselves. Better than I've been doing, but I'm doing the best I can. And thanks for watching. Bye.